Should I do it again?
Oh, you did?
I can do it again.
She got to do a roll call again? No, we're fine, okay. Okay, the purpose of tonight's meeting is to discuss and vote on this recommendation to proceed with approving the design option for the new clubhouse at our golf course. Would someone like to move it
I'll make a motion to move.
and discussion?
I would like to know
I'm sorry?
I would like to know when it comes to the difference between 3 seasons and the 4 seasons, how many months are we talking about between?
How many months? Say it again, Chris.
So if the conversation is, we're talking about a 3-season venue or a 4-season venue, how many months are in between? How many, if we do a 3-season, how many months of that is a year versus 4?
Good question. Depending upon when the concessionaire would want to open it beyond a 3-season date. I mean, it could be, I don't have an answer to that question.
What would be the heating situation in a 3-season building?
There would be, well, again, and I didn't bring that with, do you have that first thing up? Can we put that up, please? I think it's 40 seats inside. But if you go over to Lorenzo's right now, he's got an outdoor patio that's fully seated with heating, you know.
Sure, but that's the confusing part. So the main section, the open dining red section, would have heat and air conditioning?
We are getting a price on heating and air conditioning, and the goal is to make that price fall within the budget that we are establishing here. But again, we are waiting for pricing on that. And we are going to be doing some give and take, trying to trade features for the features we want, for the features that we might not need. I think I emailed with all of you regarding those features. So for example, if heating and air conditioning is something that comes in at a price that pushes us above and beyond what the budget's going to be, we can trade off a fireplace. We can do the kinds of things we need to maintain the budget as much as we can. If we have to go over that budget, we would come back to the council and ask if you want to approve that. But my goal is to get this thing built for a amount of money that I think the golf course can afford to spend and pay.
Because I'm thinking about how just with the 3 and the 4, like what the actual difference is. Like if the main building is heated, that's great. I don't think like the covered patio needs to be winterized or anything, like unless they were making the money that, you know, they're making out Lorenzo's. But
Well, they are coming back to us with a price for providing heating and ventilating, air conditioning in that building.
Really want to see is even just if there could run a small business throughout the winter, that would be good. Jim?
Why would you want, I don't understand.
Oh, no, Ernie wants to talk.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Irene.
No, Kelly, you finished?
I am, yes, thank you.
I really can't see having a 4-season there. That would be winter. So then we'd be spending more money cleaning the place,
Well, we're
cleaning
trying.
the snow and things like that.
We're trying to make it possible, should a concessionaire wish to stay open for the 4th season, whatever length of time that may be, that they would be able to do that inside the building, you know, and they can't do it without heat. Now, I have not received an answer to the question about, this building is not going to be devoid of heat because we have a kitchen with pipes and it has to have a way. But what we asked the the designer to do is to come back to us with a price. And there is, you know, another option where he has talked to us about a geothermal grant that's available, which we would definitely apply for if it is available, to look at a heating and cooling system that way. And he's going to give us more information on that. And as soon as he does, we'll apply for that as well. The goal is, again, to provide heating and cooling systems for the building within a budget that we can afford to pay. And that's, you know, we're asking for a little bit of latitude and breathing room on that, but that's our goal.
Right. Oh, I would definitely.
But again, if we have a concessionaire who comes to us and says, I want to stay open all year, then, you know, we would entertain that based upon what is the return going to be to the city. And it could be part of an annual lease if that's the way they want to negotiate the annual lease.
You just answered my question.
Huh?
You just answered my question. We don't have to determine whether it's gonna be a 3-season or 4-season. Because right now, we need a building at a cost of $1.5 million.
Right.
And from talking with you, Mayor, we're gonna bond $1 million like we did last week. And you already have 600,000 set aside?
We have 300,000 coming from Breslin, and we have to put the other 240,000. I've been talking to Louise and how we're gonna put that together. We can put that together.
Okay, so we can put that together.
We can put that
So
together.
that's what this resolution is all about. And once we go forward with this resolution, and then we can go back to Mr. Engineer, we can bring this resolution back to Saratoga Associates and tell them we want a full-size kitchen, we want it air conditioned, and we want heating. Now, with all that being said, and we have $1.5 million cost, and we have at least 1.6 put away, we can go ahead. Then at a later date, once we have everything in place, then we come back to what you said. I mean, okay, do we have a concessionaire ready to move in? You want to take a chance? Because now we're talking about heating. And we're talking about this is a whole new thing now, winter expenses, which is like another winter budget compared to what we're voting on tonight. And once we do that, yeah, sure, we got a building in place. We have three
Heating and
seasons.
cooling.
We have the heating and cooling, we have a 3-season place, and let's see how it goes. If the building's going good, they might say this, and we might have to go out to bid for someone to come in and say, we would like to take a chance, and then we go where Kelly said, you got snow shoeing, you got
Yeah.
all your winter
cross-country skiing,
sports,
yeah.
and then we entertain it then. See, then we don't make that decision right now. The decision is to make this one right now tonight, to go forward, and then we come back. Once this is all up and done and going, hey, we might have people come in and say, we're gonna pay for the heat, we're gonna do this, and, because that's another expense. Plowing. So, if, as far as this resolution that I'm sponsoring tonight, I'm all for it. Rick?
If I may, just as far as what the building needs to compare it to what the 3-season and 4-season would be, what would be the construction it would have to undergo to turn it into a 4-season? Let's say someone did want to stay for the winter, what would we have to do exactly?
So here's the thing, if you're building a 3-season, you're building a 4-season, call it what you will, right? No matter what you do, you should insulate the building, the enclosed portion now. Depending on how the prices come back when this thing goes to construction, I mean, we have the option at that time to make the call, does the city want to include a heating system with this now? Or is it gonna be, or is the season gonna end at Thanksgiving, right? And that's gonna depend on a lot of things. Obviously, it depends on money, and then it's, like the mayor said, it also depends on the concessionaire. Do they wanna run their business through the winter? Do they think their business plan supports that, you know?
So essentially it would be like a lack of insulation, proper insulation to last throughout the winter. Am I correct?
Well,
That
I
would
mean-
be,
They've provided us a price of 1.7 million to winterize option 4.
yes, yes.
With heat.
And that would be winterizing, quote unquote, insulation and
That would be
more.
putting, there's insulation in the ceiling no matter what. There would be insulation in the walls, Mike.
We would insulate, yeah, you would insulate.
Like, there's certain things you're gonna have to insulate. no matter
And then,
what.
right, no, but I'm saying there was a number of 1.74. That's the number I really don't want to get to at this point in time. You know, unless I get another $200,000 to apply to this, or find $200,000 worth of savings, I'm all for it. I really am, but I'm working very, very hard not to get to that number. I'm trying to, you know,
Would it cost about that much, if I make another, let's say 200,000, if we wanted to do it afterwards? Let's say we do find a concession
As
several
long as
years
we-
down the road.
it would cost more to do
It
it.
is
As long as-
probably
That's the
right.
thing.
As
it
long as
costs
the
more.
building's insulated now, really the majority of that 200K is the HVAC. Right, you know, the heating, ventilation, air conditioning, that's the majority of what that additional cost is. Yeah, there's some cost associated with insulating the walls, but not 200,000. The majority of that's gonna be the HVAC system.
How are we heating this?
Well, right now,
Right now,
as a three-season structure,
yeah,
you would have, well, the concept is, a gas fireplace in the enclosed portion. I don't know, the enclosed dining room, and
now,
then
how are we gonna heat the enclosed dining room?
with it, well, it depends. If you're gonna make it, if you're gonna make it a three-season,
I'm gonna make it a 3-season right now, how are we gonna heat it?
there's gonna be a gas fireplace and that, which between that and the kitchen is gonna heat it. You'll be comfortable I'm sure you would be comfortable to Thanksgiving. Beyond that, you know.
Okay, you answer.
I thought it was
Off,
wood
without a
burning.
full
There's a
How do-
gas
how do we
one?
cool it during the hot summer
They
months if
changed
there's no
it.
HVAC system?
You're gonna need, you're gonna certainly need some type of air conditioning.
You gotta have it.
And
You know, you gotta have air conditioning, there's people coming off.
And people aren't gonna eat in a restaurant that's cold.
You gotta have air conditioning, you gotta have heating.
We do.
You gotta have that. You're not gonna sit in a clubhouse and I don't care, we get there, next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon and that sun's coming in and
Yeah.
you're gonna be roasted. You gotta have some kind of an air conditioning system. I hope if it's included, if it's not, then you gotta include it. Before you go further, you know, these are the
We don't have a
necessities.
price on it, we're getting a price on it, when we get a price on it, it will be included.
Okay,
It will be included by making sure we do trade-offs.
right, you can do trade-offs. That's okay. I'm all for that. On the resolution, any more discussion?
I mean, that's not really what the resolution says, though.
The resolution, it says cost estimate highlights that have been completed. Will provide overall less expensive as well.
A 3-season.
Clerk, you wanna read the resolution?
Whereas the city previously having engaged Saratoga Associates to design the new clubhouse to be constructed at Amsterdam Municipal Golf Course, and whereas 4 design options, together with cost estimates having been previously provided to the city from Saratoga Associates, for consideration, including a 4th scheme asymmetrical option revised, providing for a 3-season, 3,870 square foot indoor-outdoor clubhouse facility at an estimated cost of $1.54 million with $1.54 and $440 million, with the highlights of said option being that it will be completed within 2025 golf season and will provide for an overall less expensive build as compared with phased construction, with said facility having a full commercial kitchen and the ability to accommodate 150 patrons in the covered and open patio, and is now hereby resolved, the common council hereby adopts and approves the 4th scheme asymmetrical option revised prepared by Saratoga Associates.
Okay, so what's lacking in here that you wanna amend?